Hey AutoCAD, this is our third part of making plastic laminate countertop in section view. So let's dig into it. So we'll start from our 0, 0 and we'll give 25 inches deep, comma, negative 0.75. That's the thickness of our plywood with plastic laminate glued to it. Assign it to the layer. This is our top layer of our plywood, and then we are going to mirror it. Yes. And now we are going to give side backsplash. I'm going to go 0.75, comma 4 inches in height. Assign it to the layer. Okay, there is one thing over here. You see this full subtop at the bottom. That's the bottom rail. There are two conditions. If there are no cabinets at the bottom, you have to have like a full subtop at the bottom. If you have cabinet, you can have up to 4 inches in length. So let's do that ways, assuming there is a cabinet at the bottom. So we'll start with this one. 4 inches on x-axis, comma points negative 0.75 inches on the y-axis. Assign it to the layer. This is our back rail, and we'll mirror it. This is our front rail, and we are just going to drag and sketch a line. That is our ladder frame subtop beyond. So that's we are going to give it on like a light line layer. So this is how the section looks like. Let's make a block out of this one. Go to insert, create block, plastic laminate, P-lam, C-top, section. Enter, and our block is ready. Let's go edit this block to make this block as a dynamic block. As usual, we'll give some linear stretches for our backsplash, for our overall countertop stretch, for our front rail stretch, and for our back rail stretch. Let's name them distance towards depth. Enter. Distance 3 as front rail, F rail. Distance 4 is back rail, so I'll call it as B rail. And distance 1 is PSP, height. Alright, let's give some action to it. Select, right click, action selection, new selection set. Select everything in the front, including the front rail and the ladder frame beyond. Zoom in, select everything over here. Enter, front rail, select, new selection set. In this scenario, we are going to select this one, our front rail and ladder frame beyond. Enter, select, right click, new selection set. You see, I'm doing it on the outside because this has to be stretched in and out. So this one, back rail, beyond, enter. Let's give the height to the backsplash. New selection set. Window. Object. Enter. And save this. Voila, it's ready. Okay, now I'll tell you what had happened over here. So this is my depth for the countertop. You see, everything is moving together. But sometimes you said like, okay, instead of 4 inches, I want to have 6 inches front rail. So this is where your magic happens. So this is stretchable. This is stretchable. This is stretchable. Every part of this countertop is now stretchable. So let's go and give the specific dimensions over here. So it's still our countertop is selected. Let's go give like a 6 inches BSP height. Countertop depth is 25 inches. Front rail is 5 inches and back rail is 5 inches. So this is how you make it. Your countertop in section view dynamic block. Well, you can also go and assign some some hatches to it. Say for example, go to home, select a hatch, 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 escape. See this hatches. These hatches are associated with the geometry. So let's save the block. And now when you scale this one, something was not right. Okay, delete this. Again, we'll go back to hatches. So select object. That's where my group was. Now your hatches are associated with the geometry. Save the. And now if you see, you scale it, your hatch will scale with it. Always use select object when you're giving a hatch. Do not use any other selection tool for hatches, because that's going to make your hatch active. Hope you like it and hope you learned something from this one. Let me know if you have any feedback on it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I'm making the plastic laminate single door cabinet in my next video. Thank you for watching.